What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemoth, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Announcement from Benjamin C. Steele talking to you about wearing a mask. Not this one, but this one. With everything going on right now with this pandemic, you need to wear a mask. My mask is for your safety. Your mask is for mine. Now, I don't care what your uncles, brothers, best friends, mailman's roommates from college put on social media. Chances are they didn't think it through, and there's a very better than average chance that they're an idiot. So when you go outside, you put on your little mask over your face, put the little straps around your ears, and we're all going to be a lot safer. This is a team.
Zeke Mercer, one half of the tag team champions. I'm here to tell you that if you want to be a champion, if you want to survive this thing, wear your freaking mask, okay? It comes in all different colors. You can get Eclipse Blue, JC White and Black, or even hell, Blue and Gold. But guys, please, also remember, please, it goes over the nose. Over the nose. Thank you.
the truth in a mean, yeah, fight for referee breath.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the...
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 772. Tuesdays, we've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter, here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Back at you. It was another traveling weekend, so a warm and fuzzy ups. No. Shout outs to everybody involved in the Polyam Call Party 4 this past weekend. It was a blast to be a part of that, behind the directorial duties and streaming that there over on the Jim Sterling channel. Go check that out. It's up there. It's free. They have donations. Support it. It is a fun show and hopefully help you discover some new professional wrestling. But with us, we're going to talk about all of kinds of the professional wrestling and who knows what else, to be quite honest. First of all, he is in desperate need of that app that'll help organize your bricks and tell you what to build with it. He is Mad Mike. We did talk about we talked about that on the Awesome Cast, by the way.
Yeah, as you should, because it looked like a fucking wildly inventive app, and I was a big fan of it.
There you go. Go listen to Awesome Cast to figure out what we're talking about.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Sorg, I think we also need to start the push right now for Polyam Cult 5 Woodstock.
Yeah, there was a push for it, and it's close to you, and I have no idea how it's going to get streamed if we do it.
You can stream stuff there.
You can stream. Oh, they have internets there. Like if they. I mean,
Sorg, it's a whole.
Oh,
a whole legit thing.
That's right. They built a thing there, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Bethel Woods is the.
Although
place
I don't know that they're going to be able to book like the place. So.
Maybe not, but Sorg, do you know who I saw last at Bethel Woods? I saw Nelly, TLC, and The Offspring.
Oh God!
In one show, it was great.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
yeah.
Is that part of that Rock the '90s tour that was going around?
I don't know. We just saw it was Nelly and The Offspring. We're like, yep, going.
Not even a question.
Not even a thought.
Yeah.
Not even a thought.
It's like this Flogging Molly show that's coming around. It's got a bunch of
underlay, mommy, E-I. Oh, what's happening now?
Wow.
Zeke, you don't know. That's a song from the 1900s.
That's right. Zeke
Mercer. I know who Nelly is. I'm not that young.
Zeke Mercer's on the show, keeping us all young at heart. Or making fun of us. I want to call you out here in a little bit. We're going to get to that. Okay. So, yeah, of course, still Eclipse Tag Team Champion.
Almost a year now.
Is that with? Well, you guys are freebirding it in Jesus Club, right? Yep. Like it's with both AJ and Rev.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Still, it's almost been a year. It'll be a year in September.
There you go. Nice. Hashtag book more tag team wrestling. We have a tag team wrestler. Actually, I don't. We have. Okay, we've only booked 2 weeks of this show, but we have booked nothing but tag team wrestlers on this show so far in July. So we're working that out, and we got the Runway next week, who are the 2PW tag team champions.
Congrats to them.
That's right. So you guys have just started teaming up over there in 2PW. So hopefully that runs into that. We'll talk about that a little bit later too. And also, do we have another caller on the line? Matt, are you around?
I believe he's
away. Okay. I don't have the full zoom up to see if he's walked away. So.
Either he's learned to cloak himself, or he's wrangling children.
Yeah, there would be some children wrangling. So going on.
Just vote in the chat room, whichever you think it is.
What do you think? And also, I want to see, because I did ask them to guess what Zeke bought across the street that he was stuck in line for, and we started a little late. So, yeah,
Nothing important.
Nothing important. Yes. So Super Tuesday coverage tonight. Is that because it's Great American Bash? Wait, is it Super Tuesday? No,
it's Great American Bash.
God, don't scare me with another election.
But apparently, Johnny Gargano said that carrying cross can't even lace his wife's boots.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, we saw that part. Like, well, we
and
saw
that's accurate.
There it is. Okay.
That's accurate.
Woo. Well, in the meantime, we'll wait for Matt to come back. We'll have some more wrestling discussion, but I want to give a shout. I want to tell everybody, please check out WrestlingMayhemShow.com, where you can find this and other fine podcasts, including our Monday night show, where we really kind of dig in, and it's become less of a therapy session, just more of a catch-up lately as wrestling keeps spinning up here. And also, you can drop us a line at that email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS0, at Mayhem Show on the Twitter, and of course the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page and group. The group is where a lot of great discussion happens throughout the week. Please also follow us on the YouTube page for the Wrestling Mayhem Show and the Twitch for Sorgatron Media. That's where we stream every Tuesday live at 9 p.m. Eastern time, more or less. We're at least getting the music started by then, so you guys can start gathering in the chat room and hanging out with us. It is a Tuesday night pizza party is what it is, like, especially last week it was. Jeez, I'm glad somebody's here to share the pizza with me. Because I've gained some pizza. I've like had
Sorg, I'm not gonna lie, you were in my state. You could have brought me some pizza.
Listen, man, I could have brought you some. Yeah, you're not that far away, right? But I had enough.
You could have brought me some pizza.
Listen, the sky was throwing.
If Obadiah Stane can bring Tony Stark pizza from New York,
yes,
you could have done the same thing.
Mike. Okay, Mike. The sky was throwing ice at me, okay? The sky was throwing ice at me. It was scary. It was frightening. And then a lot of other things happened in Brooklyn. And then your state
Hello?
was... Hello?
Oh, boy.
Hello?
Oh, boy. Caller, turn down your radio.
What's happening right now?
Oh, we got Jen C from Pittsburgh. You're on the air.
Hello? I just want to say I'm a really big fan of you guys.
We love it.
What is happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wrestle Mayhem Show.
Do you have a question for Zeke? Do you want to know what on fleek is? Because he can tell you.
She's like, who is this kid?
I was just told to come down here.
Okay. Well, hang on for 1 second. Think of questions for Zeke, and I'm going to give a shout out to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show, including our fan of the show, friends, Bo Diggity. Woo! As well as at Berg Team Ham and Fist and Poppy Club. At the Poppy Club, we have Dave Podner and OccupyProWrestling.com. At the Pizza Club, we have Doc Remedy, Cal Turner, the RZA Players Plays Games, and Bobby F. J-Town. And at the manager level, we do have Bradley Ruthers, Tina Keys up there at that level. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us. You got some extra stuff, including I had an extra special post that I sent out today that you can watch, listen to, however you do that. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show to help keep the lights on in the podcast going. And Jen, are you still there? Caller, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, good.
Caller, you're on the air. Do you have a question for Zeke?
Yeah, do you have a question?
Do you have a question for Sorg?
How was your trip?
Me or Zeke? Because I think we both traveled. So
Well, both of you. Sure.
Sorg, you go first.
No, you go first.
Sure. Point out the fact that I didn't go anywhere, Jen. Jesus. Rude.
I didn't have a trip last
It's
week.
not true.
I actually had a break weekend, so
What?
Yeah.
I almost messaged you to come with me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, didn't I ask you what you were doing this weekend?
Yeah, but I literally I had plans, but it was a break from not wrestling.
Yeah.
I had plans, but it was a way to like have a mental health weekend.
What is that like, Zeke?
I don't know. I don't know. I am booked for almost every Saturday to the year's over.
Yo, I am very, very similar situation.
I'm surprised I don't.
I'm starting my please book shows on Fridays and Sundays campaign.
Right. I'm out of Saturdays. You gotta start booking.
Yeah. It's like hey guys, it's I basically like listen. If you need me for an event, please don't be on Saturday.
Right.
So there are more days.
Yeah.
So
and I'm just on my fucking trampoline, just waiting for the call.
Book Mad Mike. Hashtag Book Mad Mike.
Hashtag Book Mad.
I don't know what you're booking him for, but
I don't know. I'm surprisingly versatile.
Like, I thought you were gonna say flexible. I was like, what?
Hey,
hold on,
also,
okay,
also,
all right.
I mean,
all right.
DDP yoga.
I got a couple venues in mind for you now. Then, so
that's disturbing.
So Zeke, Zeke, you had a mental health trip. I had a work trip when I was supposed to have a mental health weekend. It was absolutely the opposite. So.
Don't worry. And then from here till literally maybe August, I am going to be wrestling.
Yeah. Like the only reason I have a weekend off this month is because everybody canceled their indie shows because of WWE coming to town. So that kind of situation. But
right.
It's curious. I don't know. I don't know what more to say about my trip. It was hell getting out there because of the weather. We've had to pull off multiple times. Got there, set up, and the Polyam Cult party was amazing. So much fun to film, and we successfully filmed a match that went to the street. Nice. So we do not have wireless cameras, by the way. So we figured out and got it done.
When
and it was
a
lot of fun.
There's a way.
Yes. Also, make sure your wiring is in the venue you're in is strong, because we discovered a couple of times
some things are just not
some stuff got bumped into and we lost the stream twice, but that's because we just literally lost all power. So
it happens to the best of us.
That's what I learned. So, but again, recovery. We're back up in like 10 seconds flat for the most part, and so but it was a wild packed venue, small venue in Brooklyn, so it was it was fun, and again, that's up there for everybody to see. So
get vaccinated so we can have to start booking more polycult and wrestling.
Damn straight.
That's what happens, guys. Get your shots. Get that Fauci.
That's right. This one was invite only, so I know it's a little crazier up there in New York. I know they're out of the I don't know, not out of the woods, but they're like they're just out of okay, apparently, up there, if that sounds right, Mike. I know you're a little closer to that situation.
I mean, I don't know Brooklyn as well as you'd probably think I do, but
I mean, the temperature of the post-COVIDness up there is what I'm talking about.
I haven't been in the city.
Okay, I mean New York as a whole, I was saying.
New York as a whole is very different from the city.
Oh, that okay. Never
no,
mind.
like Sorg.
That. I believe that.
There's the city that goes basically up to Westchester for about the same kind of temperature. Then everything else, you see a lot of cows.
A lot of moves.
Yes.
There's no way the temperature in like Syracuse, as far as everything is the same as New York City. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
I in fact, I'm gonna guess it's quite the opposite.
Right.
I'm gonna hazard a guess on that one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta look county by county.
Is caller still on the line?
I'm here. I don't know. There's no books, and it's filled with a bunch of.
She found the book.
I just found names.
Oh, she got the notes.
Every possible work cup is down here.
We love it. He's a man at work.
Do you have any plastic surgery questions?
Personally, no. I can phone a friend and maybe
phone a friend.
Let me just text my sister since she's a nurse and see if she has some questions.
I did visit the plastic surgery. Well, I was for somebody else,
You did?
So,
Sorg, you getting work done?
my first time. No. But listen, what you're gonna talk me into plastic surgery after I'm already getting somebody talking me into a tattoo when I go to Florida later this month? I just.
Hey, people are trying to get me to talk me to a tattoo for 3 years now. I don't have
What would make sense on me as a tattoo?
a video camera.
A video camera.
An
There you
SD
go.
card.
I was gonna say or headphones.
Yeah,
Headphones.
Microphone.
I actually considered just like a big microphone on the inside.
Like
I would love that,
like a
almost.
microphone right along here.
Yeah.
Like Sorg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really the only thing I could think of. You know.
'Cause
Doesn't
they
Enzo
just-
have that?
Well, then I'm
Sorg,
definitely not getting
Sorg,
it.
you
now.
should
now.
get
Okay.
a microphone right here, but with like a gold embossed Sorg on it, so it's Mike Sorg.
Mikey Sorg.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And Podner says a Fago can.
A Fago can. Oh goodness.
Well, Tina, take the show with you while you go to the ice cream trike. Wait, an ice cream trike? Okay, that I got to see.
Get on the trike. I don't know why it reminds me of Phineas and Ferb so much.
Phoenix and Ferb.
Yeah, there's a scene where Phineas loses it over Candace because she refused to get on the bike. So he screams at Candace, "Get on the trike." It's the most funniest 3 seconds of TV ever. Because Phineas never loses his cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's funny.
Oh boy. So wrestling. First of all, Uso's got a Us, and Jimmy
Uso's
Uso
got a
got
Us.
pulled over apparently last night down there in Florida at a DUI. Is he the one that's been having the DUI issues?
Yeah.
So
They've both had them.
Yeah.
okay.
They've both had.
It makes me
them,
worry for him,
separately.
honestly. Makes me worry
Isn't
for
this
him.
one that's had the most?
Like, do we have to create a separate app called Usper where it's just an Uber for the Usos? Like, I'm seriously wondering. Like, it's ridiculous.
concerning.
Like, I know it's
Yeah.
Florida, but there are some laws down there.
Yeah, I know, right? No, it's unfortunate because these guys, especially now, they're getting such a bigger stage to be on, and
Right.
I don't know if he's.
Yeah.
Is there an official policy if you get DUIs with WWE?
I
for,
haven't heard anything. All we
No?
know is about drug policies.
Yeah.
Because it seems like that was the problem for, I don't know, years.
Like, are we going to see him on Friday's episode? Because he's still pretty tied into everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy has been the one on TV the past couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, they could write him off and saying he's selling the attack from Edge,
They
True.
could.
but
it's just,
I mean,
hate
Edge
seeing-
didn't attack him that much. He choked him with the par of a chair, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, is that the Uso that's married to Naomi?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
I know it gets confusing. I get confused too. I was like, which
No,
Twitch
I get completely
Yeah.
confused
I
because
get confused.
Jen and I used to do Total Divas wrap up, and
That's great.
they were neither called Jimmy nor Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was Josh and John, and I'm like,
Yeesh.
why don't you just go by Josh and John Uso? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why do we have to go Jimmy and Jay? Because
The
that's just
name
confusing.
changes are odd sometimes. with
That's
WWE.
why everyone knows me as Zeke.
That's right. Makes it easy.
Across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Across the board.
No, absolutely. So, so no, that's unfortunate, and I hope he gets his stuff straightened out there. Obviously he needs some kind of help if he keeps running into this, right?
Yeah.
And now it's going to
Yeah.
be court-appointed help.
Tina says this is his fourth one.
Yikes.
How does he still have a license? Did he have a license?
Where's his license issued?
Yeah.
Sorg, Florida.
Florida.
It's just unfortunate. I hate seeing, people lose battles with their demons from time to time. Like, I get it's hard, but like,
Oh yeah.
but like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know his situation, but I hope he has a good family structure support system, and
Yeah.
I don't want to see people lose their opportunities because of personal demons. Because you work so hard. You think about it. They work so hard for how many years do those have been on WWE on TV, and then they're basically in the main event almost every other night, every
Right.
Friday.
Right.
And now it's just like something like this pops. So it's like, come on, man.
Also,
Like,
isn't
don't-
there? It's quite a different dynamic because their dad is Rikishi.
Right.
You know, I mean, they're in the family of. I mean, name all the
Name all the
the
Samoans.
Samoan dynasty, right?
I know
On the
why
line.
he
We
family.
start.
Yeah.
Everybody from The Rock on down, right?
Right.
Over the to the Wild Samoans, right? And in between. So there has to be a lot of family pressure.
Right.
So it's one of those like God, geez, how many of the Samoan dynasty were in the match that we're going to talk about later tonight with Battle Riot, right?
Right.
But there has to be pressure to be compared to the
people before you.
Yeah, everybody from Chief Jay Strongbow to Dwayne Johnson to Rikishi, right? To
Right.
Yokozuna, as far as level of success in wrestling. Right. So it can't, you're like, oh, you're part of the dynasty. It must have been easy for you to get to WWE. Well, man, you had a foot in the door, but you still got to perform. And
Right.
there's got to be like,
because for every success story, there's a Tonga Kid.
Yeah.
One that just doesn't hit.
Tonga Kid was Haku, though, wasn't it?
No. Tonga Kid.
Who was Haku? Had a different name before, I thought.
Am
I
it
mistaken?
wasn't Tonga Kid. I don't think. I can double check.
But he was one of the Islanders. He was like the other Islander, I guess. So, but still. So I mean, and that could be part of it. Who knows? Purely speculation at this point. It's not like it's an even easier run for even them in that group. I mean, look at any of the Hearts other than Brett. So I mean,
I just hope he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like I said, I don't know anything about his personal situation, his history, none of that. Just as person to person, I just wish that hey man, we're pulling for you, and I know you're probably going through something,
nope,
tragic or just depressing. I just hope you get better.
Yeah.
Cause I still want to see. I'm really happy that you and your brother are basically main eventers of SmackDown. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that doesn't stop. They're doing great, so I wish them all the best.
We'll see what they do with it. WWE does have really good programs. Zach Gowen famously talked about it was the WWE sponsored program that got him through. Finally, you're never completely conquered with something like this,
right?
But finally started overcoming his demons to have a productive, kind of post career. Like 10 years after. So Scott Hall, I think, got through and finally cleaned up due to a program there. Jake, maybe too, probably.
I think that was also in conjunction with DDP.
Obviously, DDP had
for
a hand
for
in
Hall
it.
and for Jake.
Right. But I mean, I'm sure there's other support.
Are you ready to come back?
Oh,
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Bye, guys.
Wait, Jen, you don't want to talk with us about wrestlers and drug addiction?
Oh. And she killed whatever
No.
microphone was
I have feelings about it, but do we really want to go into it?
She's like, I don't want to get canceled, guys.
What are you doing on this podcast?
Jen's like, couldn't you have just asked me about breast implants?
Jen, it doesn't have to be about
breast implants, Botox, fillers.
Okay.
Labiaplasties.
Whoa!
Oh, it happened.
It jumped up a notch there.
Wow.
Hey, this is a mature show.
Yo, man, I don't know. I don't know how many wrestlers are gonna have to fix their labia after wrestling for so many years. I don't know how that works. And the effects on the bodies.
Sorg does not know how women's wrestling works.
Sorg is pro labiaplasty.
Pro labiaplasty.
Don't get that hashtag.
And there's the title of the show.
Is that my tattoo? Is that what I'm getting?
No.
I'll just get it right here. Or
Please don't.
No. Okay.
I promise you.
All right.
Please don't.
All right.
Zeke Mercer for labiaplasty.
No.
Hey, it
Hell
happens.
No. I don't.
Hashtag Zeke Squad.
I wouldn't know.
Hey, guys get recons too.
I'm
good.
Yo, something happens, you blow out your boo-haws, and then you gotta fix it.
You gotta get repaired.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Gotta go to the
if
shop.
they're all in check.
But like, you gotta get your oil checked. You gotta get some work done under the hood.
Oh,
and Jen's the smiling face that's gonna greet you.
I mean, I didn't say get your oil checked. I was making a Busta Rhymes joke, but I'm pretty sure Zeke got it. So I'm okay with that.
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
I'm old enough to get it.
I got nothing for you guys tonight. I'm boring now.
You're boring now.
Yeah.
Jen, we just did 5 minutes on labiaplasty because of you. Like,
you're
it's all
content.
good.
I can get pictures.
No.
That will get us kicked off
I'm
Facebook.
No,
kidding.
that's not.
Yeah. We can
Are
talk.
you?
Zuckerberg does not.
And
like
I'm
that.
going to get a weird text later, aren't I?
2 a.m.
Oh man, she's gonna slide into our DMs with labiaplasty, and it's gonna be really
she's just
weird.
at Mayhem Show, just all labiaplasty.
That-
no.
Please,
that
oh,
one
no.
Please
time.
don't. I have children on my Facebook. Did they see that me tagged? And I'm like, what's going on? I have people.
I
have
made that
family
one
on my
time.
page.
I
Please
made
don't.
a little snowman out of breast implants.
Now that I need to
No,
pick up, 'cause
that's
funny.
wholesome content.
Does it
That's
smile?
wholesome content.
Does it smile at you?
His name was Frosty the Tit Man.
Frosty does sound like a tip man. Gotta give it to him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
I get it. All right.
All right, show title: Frosty the Tits Man.
Yeah, Frosty.
I
is-
can't use tits in the title, guys.
Frosty's a boob man. Okay, he's a boob guy.
We'll
or
get
boob them.
delisted. I can't do that.
All right.
But
Sorry.
Labiaplasty RS may be a title or option. I don't know.
Someone's gonna be like very confused when I'm trying to look up a medical
Jeez.
podcast.
Jeez. All right, Jen, you can
right.
tag out
Yeah. It was
for
nice.
this one.
Nice
Thank
meeting you,
God.
though. Nice meeting you, though. I never
Bye.
met you before.
There you go.
Thank you, Cola.
Making new friends.
At the Wrestle Mayhem show.
Matt's just
I'm
in the good.
I'm still a big fan,
Mm-hmm.
but I gotta go.
I understand. We got it.
Of the
Okay.
show or Zeke? I'm not sure.
Of the show.
All of you.
Oh, good.
I got a fan, guys.
Yay.
You got one.
I got one.
You got one tonight. There you go. The show's a
We
net positive.
got one.
We got one.
Yes.
After 3 years of me wrestling, I got one.
All right, bye guys.
Got
All
a
right, see
fan.
you
Got
later.
a fan. Anyways.
Only fan.
No.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
No, only fan. Only fan.
My
Just
only
one.
fan.
Well, I don't
That's
know-
it.
I don't know what onlyfan.com leads to here.
Zeke has an only fan.
No, the hell I
uh,
don't.
Hashtag Zeke Squad. Hashtag only fan.
There was a picture this week
Oh, Jesus.
that came up
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
that I had a
no.
lot to unpack here
Okay.
because our friends Lady Frost and Victor Benjamin
Okay.
they shared this. I think you guys might have seen this
I
on the
don't
group.
think
I've seen this.
I'm not
So he Shane puts on. I'm sorry, Vince. Yeah, it's on his personal. Whatever. So, well, he
The
says
Savage Joe
they
time.
got to spend some time on the field at the York Revolution game. That's a baseball game in York, PA. That'd be relatively the other end of the state from us here in Pittsburgh. He fought a mascot, and they even danced on the dugout. So there's a picture of it. So they are in full gimmick. Somebody's got a belt, a championship belt, and there's there's a fellow from. At least one guy from Chikara there that I know Riz would point out. And is that, I think the Shredder is a part of this as well?
Shredder. I'm sorry. I had to.
It is the wildest thing. Yeah.
So can we say wrestling's back? Like that? That is the picture to prove it.
I
like,
love that.
I mean, yeah. Like the caption really should just be "Nature is healing."
Nature is healing.
on
No,
pause.
fantastic. Absolutely
Wrestling is
fantastic.
not on pause.
Those guys are getting some really good opportunities, really fun and different opportunities. I mean, just watch their social media. So,
Yeah, me and Bohemian were fighting in the comments over at what's it called? Which belt was it? It was some belt that he had. Some candy. I forgot about it already.
the Butterfinger belt.
The Butterfinger belt.
The
thank you.
I got to see the Butterfinger belt last week, by the way.
I've seen the tail of the Butterfinger belt.
What?
I don't know how you.
So-
do you-
No, just like all the pictures and the
So
lore of it.
we shot something for an upcoming project last week. Matt, if he's on the line with us, and part of that project, we did have him give us a peanut butter tour, and we got to see his peanut butter stash.
That sounds like
It's-
such an innuendo.
that
It's a
sounded dirty.
No,
That just sounds such-
it's peanut butter. It's really peanut butter, guys.
I mean, I hope
Like,
so.
like for, I hope so. Jeez. Like, and it, yeah, and we got the peanut butter story and why it's so significant and everything, and it was just and got to see the belt, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's
that's
pretty cool. So, anyways,
Well, apparently me and Bohemian got to fight each other, so we get shot at the peanut butter belt.
is this like, so there's a peanut butter thing, there's a Chocolate City belt.
Chocolate City.
That's one of the belts from Polyam the other night.
No, is that just like a Hershey belt?
I
or
don't
is
know.
that-
I don't know if there's a story on it. If it's like a promotion or it's a.
Because it feels like Hershey should sue for that.
I believe Billy Dixon is the champion. So I'm gonna look that up.
Excuse me, Sorg?
Yes.
Caller, you're on the line. Matt C.
Sorgy,
Yes.
did you say there's a chocolate championship now?
There's a Chocolate City championship. It's been defended at the Polyam call parties with Billy
Has-
Dixon, from what I've seen.
Has the Savage Gentleman been informed?
I don't know.
The belt club.
When will the title unification be?
Oh Jesus. That's the only. It's the only way to
When
end.
will someone get their peanut butter into their chocolate or their chocolate into their peanut butter?
Oh,
God.
where's Twix?
No, the only person who can officiate that match is Reese from the Ravens flock.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I went there.
It looks like it's linked to Fight Club Pro Wrestling. It looks like where that belt comes from. So that's all I have for you.
That's all you have for me. That's okay.
Looks like it's an intergender. By the way, it is an awesome looking belt. Look at that thing.
That is great.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. So it's from Fight Club. But yeah, no, they defended it when they were here in Pittsburgh. I know the first time that was here. So, but fun stuff. All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to give a shout out to IndieWrestling.us. You can see a lot of great pro wrestling action and interviews, some special interviews on there, including a lot of action with our own Zeke Mercer that's on the show right now. All over that. You're always there. You're always there. You're always on the shows there, whether
I love
it
it here.
be.
It's the couch. The couch is iconic with the pizza and the mic, with the mic stand. It's something like I love
Did
it.
you just put over my mic stand? Is that
Dude,
what happened?
The mic stand's over.
Yes, okay.
Hashtag the mic stand's over.
Well, also over is Zeke Mercer. You were part of a 6-man tag at 2PW with Jesus Club for the first time together in the company.
in 2PW, yeah.
Yes. So, but of course, that's happening a lot over on Clips as well. I recommend checking them out. Not a part of our network or anything at this moment, at least. But a lot of good stuff going on there. And also, if you keep on IndieWrestling.us, premiering this Friday at 10 p.m., we have an interview in the can with one Sam Beal, who's been making a lot of appearances on Impact Wrestling. So we talk about that. And Matt, I did ask the question for you, what was it like to wrestle Kojima last week on Impact? So I made sure to get that in for you.
I'm glad you asked him.
So
because I have a feeling if we would have asked Sam Beal, 6 months ago, hey Sam, you ever think you'll wrestle Kojima? I think his answer would have been no. But there he was.
There he was.
Wrestling is
proud
wild.
of him.
Wrestling's wild.
It is.
But that's like wrestling's back when something like unexpected happens.
Mm-hmm.
Such as a wrestler from our town getting a candy belt. It's just, or I don't know, it's just wrestling.
And being the featured talent at a baseball game. At a minor league baseball game, I mean, that's fun. That's awesome.
Wrestling's back, guys. We work so hard.
And full on, and the big ones haven't even had their first shows yet. Ring of Honor has their first fan-attended pay-per-view this Sunday.
Right.
Impact starts soon, I believe, with Slammiversary the next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
WWE starts in, I think, 2 weeks from now. And AEW's pretty much had fans. They're just getting on the road again. So because Florida.
I think AEW's first road show's tomorrow.
Yes.
Road
yes,
Rager, right?
Yeah, Road Rager tomorrow in Miami. That's what I'm doing tomorrow night. That's right. So, but one thing I wanted to bring up is because you actually brought this up before, and we are doing our part. Duke Davis has been doing the hashtag Book More Tag Team Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get the hashtag right?
No, book more tag matches.
Book more tag matches, absolutely. Yes. And you are a tag team champion. There it is right there. Did it change colors? I feel like we did. Yeah,
it did. We changed
because
colors.
the promo we run before the show has you with a blue belt, and I'm like, is it a different one, or you just got an upgrade?
Belt. We just got a new strap.
Okay.
Changed the colors went from blue to
orange.
Okay.
The post-pandemic upgrade, I guess.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool.
A little splash of orange.
So, but you are on board with this, of course. We are, and of course, Zeke, a part of this runway next week. We are booking more tag team matches, but I want to ask this of Duke, but as a tag team wrestler, like, how are you kind of interpreting that hashtag going around these days?
Oh, so yeah, I'll let you know. I mean, I like tag team matches. So I would start as a singles competitor, and then I got a tag team and I became a champion.
Okay.
I wouldn't still call myself as a primarily a tag team wrestler.
No, not as much as like the main event or anything.
Yeah. Those guys, since they started, I'll let their opinion on it because I'm fully behind them. Yeah, book more tag matches.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So
book more tag matches. Face the black.
I mean, it feels like I don't. Is there a dearth of it? Is there like we get like one tag match on a lot of cards these days?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like just one.
Because I don't know, I keep shooting cards that have like a tag team match and then a 6-person match and then a 3-way tag team match. So and it's just like
working
when you come back around. Yeah, and you're part of those, of course. But when we come back around, it's just like, say on our side, we're just like, hey guys, this is just 2 people to traffic, becomes a little easier for us because it gets a lot of bodies, gets a little little wild for a bit there. But anyways, so I mean, it's got to be a good part about it. I mean, it's kind of like. I mean, sometimes tag team wrestling is kind of treated like the women's division too, right? It's like, well, we got the one women's match box checked, for our indie show.
Right.
So, but
I think it should be just like an even flow, a couple tag matches if you can, maybe 1 or 2 women's matches. I would prefer 2 women's matches on the card.
Is tag team wrestling? Obviously AEW kind of started off with the tag team wrestling is important.
Right.
Have they delivered on that? Over the first coming up on 2 years.
I believe so. But that's just my personal belief. I believe so. I think with the division, AEW has at least it's interesting. Like if the Young Bucks were not champions, that's okay because they have other tag teams. It's not they're the only good tag team. There's other tag teams that are great. So like they do make tag team matches fun and enjoyable to watch and important.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You've been getting around a bit more lately.
Have I? Oh my goodness. Have I?
So we were talking a little bit before the show about the vibe of like everything is spinning up. Of course, Rise is back. 2PW is back to full force. We got RWA coming back in August here in the area.
That's gonna be insane.
WWE is going to have a live show here on the 24th in Pittsburgh.
They missed us last time they were here. They took our countdown clock away. Last I remember.
There's that.
I was at that show.
Well, we were supposed to have a show when COVID hit, actually. So this is our delay from our 3/16/2020 episode that we never got. I don't think Stone Cold's going to be here for this one though. It's just a house show, guys.
Just a house show.
So it's just a house show. So I mean, are you seeing that? Are you seeing like the more bigger crowds on your end?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's just missed wrestling. Everyone just missed going out the house in general. It's kind of, I've noticed like in the past couple weeks, it feels like there's a wrestling show every week, at least in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And, it seems like fans at least are so grateful to be back. Like I know wrestlers missed fans. Oh my God, we've missed you guys. But it seems like you guys missed us way more than we possibly knew that. Like, I don't know. I came out and made my entrance one time in Eclipse, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, wrestling!"
It becomes like a reunion. Like I often kind of position that there's some people that this is the thing they do to get out of their house every month is that promotion, whatever that is, right? Or several promotions if they're depending on the kind of wrestling fan they are. So I mean, it is like a big reunion because that's where anybody goes, and especially I see that amongst the wrestlers.
Right.
Whenever
it becomes a family reunion backstage.
Yeah. I keep cutting to Mike just chilling on his phone for some reason. Hi.
Hi.
He's mad.
Sorry, my wife sent me something very disturbing.
Oh no. Is it?
No. It's Disney related.
Oh, is it about labiaplasty?
Jesus.
No. All right. I'm gonna say it real quick. So it was an Instagram post about the Lion King. And Mufasa dies in Lion King. Spoilers. Spoilers.
I can't believe he spoiled that movie.
But they don't show what happens to Mufasa's body.
Okay.
And then the guy digs deeper. Hyenas typically don't eat lions. There are no real other carnivores that we've seen in the Lion King movie that eats lions.
Right.
So they're like, did other lions eat Mufasa?
Yeah.
And then they cut to later in the movie, Scar chilling
with his skull. Yeah.
Is that Mufasa?
Yes.
Oh no!
I thought everyone knew that.
I didn't know.
Dude, as a kid, I put the context together.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
it was cannibalism.
No. Well, I mean, it's not cannibalism.
The cannibalism, but still, whatever.
I thought you were...
and Zazu is trapped in the rib cage of Mufasa.
Yeah, he's trapped in the body of his former boss.
See, I thought you were going to talk about
I've
the meme.
never picked up on that.
Really?
I've never picked up
I
on
thought
that
you were
at
going
all.
to tell me the meme where Mufasa was saved
Mustafa Ali
by Vin Diesel in the car because family.
Those memes are everything.
Jeez.
You don't have to remember who you are when you got family.
Exactly. Tina's chiming in and says up there in the Seattle area, they're not getting. They got late next month is Without a Cause and Defy Wrestling returning the last weekend in August.
Defy?
Yeah.
Yes.
You are a fan.
I am a big fan of Defy.
Why is Defy a place to check out?
I love their cinematography. I'm a cinematography nerd.
Okay. Oh, they do a lot of the DSLR stuff there, don't they?
Dude, what match I was watching? It was Shane Strickland. When he was going by Shane Strickland versus Leo Rush. The cinematography of that match is so beautiful. That whole venue, the way it's edited, the sound, the music, it's just. It's literally like someone's like, I need to have a good wrestling match. I will just show them that match.
And then
all right, you can watch anything else, but I need you to watch that match. I also found another match like that at Riptide Wrestling. A guy named Sarah Noir versus Pac. That match is beautiful too. It's just, I don't know, that cinematography thing is just, I love it.
Yeah. If they got, and I've seen that with with Warrior, they have we do kind of the regular production for them for the paper, not this last one, but back in September and coming up here in a couple weeks. So, but I always think we're doing standard sports videography,
right.
like to deliver the show. That's what you should
they
do,
were filming
right?
A
But to
scene.
and they'll have a separate person that's doing, and they've actually been releasing. Go check out the Warrior Wrestling's social media. They're doing documentary videography on the side. I mean, this is what WWE does too. They shoot their show as a wrestling show, but then they'll have somebody back behind the fans shooting all those slow motion shots and things more cinematic, kind of thing, 24 frames a second. And it, Defy is, if this is the one I'm thinking, Defy is really a, they're just this is how we're going to present wrestling.
It feels like a film student had an idea, and it was like, I love wrestling, but I love cinematography too. What if you mix that?
Yeah.
And it feels like every match they do like that, because not all matches are filmed like that.
Okay, so it's very specific ones they do.
Yeah, some of you have to find. I'm not saying all the matches are crappy. All the matches they ever posted were great, and I love them to death. But there's just some gems in there, just someone. It feels like someone wrote a scene, because you could never put that together again. That was one and done, and it was beautiful. I loved it. When they post more content, I can't wait to watch that.
Yeah, I love kind of those different styles. I mean, looking at what we got out of things like Lucha Underground, right?
Right.
So it's also a matter of not all the wrestling companies can afford the high-end cameras to pull some of this stuff off.
I understand that, but we don't need everyone doing that. We need gems.
And then I do see companies that have high-end $4,000 cameras and have no idea how to use them, and they look worse. Than my $800 cameras. So it kind of goes both ways.
Don't talk down to yourself. We love you in this area. You do so much for us.
I didn't think I was. I said that people. I said that no. I said that people with $4,000 cameras don't do a wrestling show as good as us with $800 cameras. I was putting myself over.
That's how you use it.
What's that?
So it's not the size of the camera; it's how you use it.
Absolutely not. Hey, just go look at the Polycall party from this past week. Polyam-call. I'm so sorry. Polyam-call party from this past weekend. So I'm happy. I'm really happy with how that turned out.
That's
so
good.
and damn it, I'm going to celebrate my successses. So
celebrate your successes.
I'm celebrating those successes.
No one can take away your victory sword.
That's right. That's right. Trending number 4 on Twitter. That's the first time I've been part of something like that. But of course that's and I'm not saying I'm the reason that is that we just delivered it. That crew just put together just a great fucking show. And a great platform to put it on with the Jim Sterling channel over on Twitch. So I mean it's awesome. Anyways, Darby had a hand on how Defy was shot in some matches. That makes sense. And let's see, Tina's saying she's going to the Orange County area, but not until September 2nd through 7th. Drive to LA. That's right, for New Japan. There's a moment where I'm like, do I want to fly to California to go see New Japan? I literally thought that. I don't know if it's
Dude,
because I've
if
been traveling lately,
Dude,
but
if I can afford
that's
it, I would so
ridiculous.
do it.
I couldn't. No,
I would so do it.
I don't know. I got a lot of points to cash in, but never know. You never know. So
I'm not that much of an adult where I have fly miles like just racked up yet. Like
I'm not, dude. I didn't start flying until I was like 36. Don't worry.
I was
about
gonna
it.
say,
Dude.
Sword was scared shitless of planes like
Dude,
3 years
do you
ago.
want to
Yeah.
know? Do you know what age was my first flight? 5. I've been
Okay.
flying in the sky since I was like 5 years old.
So what? 10 years ago?
No.
No, my first flight I was probably around 35, and I'm just now trying to talk my mother, of mother age, she may have had a flight when she was younger, like as a teenager, but she's like has no interest in flying, and I'm just like, well, we do this.
I prefer
and,
to fly.
You know, it's the way to go. It's the way to go. So I would love to fly if I could bring all my equipment on there, if that would be an affordable
Good
prospect.
luck. Good luck with
So-
TSA, Bubby. That's all I gotta say.
I know. I've seen. I follow some people that do what I do on a bigger scale, and I've seen them with the lined up Pelican cases in the airport.
Yep.
Like they look like they have like 20 Pelican cases of all the equipment. And I work with alongside another company that does scoring technology, and they just like FedEx it on pallets, and then all the equipment's in the Pelicans, and we're trying to figure out, okay, what's our version of this if we start having to, because we know somebody that throws everything in a truck and drives across the country, and I'm trying to figure out how not to do that. So, because that's not what I want to do. I would love to do work in different places on this bigger scale, but and mostly anything I travel on. Why are we talking about this?
Because we like hearing about this stuff.
This is the wrestling show,
Dude, this is a.
But seriously, if I want to start doing wrestling shows in, God, I got a request from Milwaukee, and I'm like, I'm doing something in Pittsburgh the night before. That's impossible,
dude.
So
I believe it's Milwaukee.
Milwaukee,
bro.
Right.
We all know how great Sorg is.
the
the word is spreading.
word is spreading.
Book
wow.
Sorgatron Media.
Well, it's Book Psychic Media Services actually,
Oh, my
but
bad.
it's the IndieWrestling.us production. But the you know,
Either way, get Sorg to do your video.
I don't know. As long as your show's not on a Saturday.
Yes, no more Saturday,
And it's
guys.
with a reasonable distance of wherever I am
Can we
Saturday.
go back to
Hashtag
Sunday?
stop booking Saturdays.
Yes.
Hashtag stop booking
Or
Saturdays.
book more Sundays. How
book
about that?
more Sundays.
Book more.
Book more Fridays.
days.
Come on.
No
Come on.
Thursdays.
Nice
no one's
Wednesday
doing a Thursday.
shows. You know.
Hashtag the day of wrestle.
The day of wrestle. So.
Get it? Sundays.
Oh man, Zeke's hanging with us here. Thank you so much, sir.
I love coming
for hanging
here,
out.
Bobby.
I'm talking about nothing and how I'm traveling
It's-
somehow. I don't.
It's okay.
You
'cause,
turned it on me.
dude. You're doing great.
We'll still figure out what my first tattoo is going to be.
We will have a poll. Don't worry.
We'll have a poll.
We have a poll.
Oh no.
Oh yes, let's let the listeners decide.
Yes, guys.
I
in
need
the
to
comments,
listen. If I
please
want to get a
put your ideas.
tattoo, we listen. I'm not going to get a tattoo for this podcast unless we do something for charity.
Oh, so we can raise money. Okay, what
I don't know. We don't need to brainstorm this now, but I'm
I
just
wanna bra-
saying, if I were to get if I were to get it for the podcast,
right?
By the podcast, selected by the podcast, like we would have to. It's got to be a charity situation.
Since we can't brainstorm right now, I want you to think of a goal.
Okay.
Think of a goal for later.
I don't know what the goal would be. I don't know what a reasonable goal is. I know.
2,500, 5,000, something, 300, something. It'd be
something
something cool.
Something, you know.
I don't know.
So, but I don't know.
Sorg, you should get a tattoo of Ultimate X the Owl.
Nice.
Before or after its eyes fell off?
Yeesh.
You know the answer to that.
You decide.
Well, the other answer I do know is how we keeping us pepperoni fueled here on the podcast night. Slice on Broadway, sliceonbroadway.com. New York City style. Yins are made in Beachview, Carnegie, the East End, and the North Hills. I know not everybody out there is in the Pittsburgh area. Some people are out there on West Coast. Some people are everywhere in between. Some of your internationals, wherever you are. Please just support your local pizza joint. Stay away from those chains. Help your local guys out. Unless their pizza sucks, then no. I mean, if you got good pizza nearby, please support them so they keep. It's just like we'd like to support independent wrestling. Please support independent pizza joints, and especially support if you're in the Pittsburgh area. Our friends at SliceOnBroadway.com. We will be back. We are going to analyze the first MLW Battle Riot. If you did not get a chance to watch it, you're going to learn a lot about MLW. I understand there are pages and pages of paper notes that we're going to go through here momentarily. So we'll be back and doing that with Mainstream Matt of the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast right after this.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohema, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all is the truth, and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning, and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are back talking about positive wrestling things, not the things that piss us off in wrestling. Right, guys? That's not what we talked about on the break at all.
I love independent wrestling.
That's right. Hey, with the good and the bad, but that's what makes the good so much better, right?
Right.
So,
compare, contrast.
love everybody. I can just say that I love everybody that I work with now in wrestling.
Yes, that's the goal.
Yes.
That is the goal.
Like, I am not, like, dreading working with any of the companies on the slate. And that's a good spot to be. And everybody should be in there, no matter what your employer is, right?
I'm on that now.
You're on that now? You're on that team now? And you've worked for some shitty companies.
Hey, just look at the Bears. Fuck you, Zeke.
Get the shovel.
Fuck you, Zeke.
I don't know if that came out the way I intended.
But fuck Zeke Mercer just sprung out of the ground with Sora's comment.
I mean, you were young. You didn't know any better. I mean, I worked for the same shitty companies.
We
so.
all have to start somewhere.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Just like Drake. Yeah, everyone has to start in a wheelchair in Canada sometimes.
Oh God.
Zeke, what was your wheelchair in Canada moment?
Oh, where do I start?
This is a new stock question for the indie.
That's like the equivalent of like, what's the worst locker room you've been in? I'm like, well, okay.
Oh, no, not that. We don't want to get into that necessarily. Don't name names. But
I can't name it, but if I start describing, I'm pretty sure every wrestler in the.
Did you ever get like a goofy gimmick, like somebody wanted to try to soul on you or anything?
Yes.
Because you've just been like.
I'm just Zeke, dude.
You're just like kid that wrestles good, but from the time that I saw you.
That's because that is the best option.
Okay. Versus what you were being handed,
bro.
So.
Bro.
Well, you never took any of our advice for gimmicks, so I know that.
No. Hear me out. There was one gimmick. I'm not gonna name names. At one promotion where a guy was like, you should just get a red scarf and a helmet. I was like,
what?
And do what? Be a racer? Like, yeah. It's like, you want to be speed racer? He's like, oh yeah. Basically, it's like, bro, I don't know about you, but I've never saw a black speed racer in my life.
What? Where was that? What inspires that?
I don't. What makes you think I want to do a race car gimmick? He's like, oh.
Huh.
Oh, I'm like, what?
Oh,
so wait, what? It's like
no.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, we've workshopped some really great gimmicks on this show.
I'm
but like,
about
do
it.
you understand? That's
and...
like a rough draft to a rough draft to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you ever think there's like, you should get like a scarf and like, make it red, and then get some like a helmet, race car driver. Like that to me has no connection to anything. Watch it.
Oh,
what has to do with wrestling?
Yo, hey, kids. Promoters,
Dave Podner.
Kids,
Room just said you're Sparky Plug Jr.
Don't do drugs before your wrestling shows, please. Especially promoters, apparently.
Some people, bro.
Yeah.
Some people.
I'm trying to think of how that would work.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm picturing. Are you picturing it right now? Like,
yeah, I'm trying to.
Does he have like a big white jumpsuit and?
It's speed racer. It's like, okay.
I'm more thinking we keep you in a tag team, and you just basically do the Talladega Nights gimmick.
Jesus, no.
You see,
Zeke and Deke, baby.
Zeke and Deke. That's pretty good.
See?
You see, yeah, I can't stop thinking about this red scarf.
Right, that's what made me go.
In a
what
totally
are
different direction? And I want Zeke to try like the Old Spice commercial, Right Guard commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're at the horse polo tournament with the scarf, and you're like you're high society, with your mallet, instant gimmick mallet weapon thing, and you're high society guy now.
Or in another completely different direction, you keep the scarf and you be pro wrestling's Amelie.
I'm maybe too young to get that reference.
It's okay.
That movie was made before Zeke was born, Mike.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm trying to.
So I've been trying. So I'm workshopping part of this, and I envision something that he came out like kind of the tank situation with Shotzi Blackheart lately. So I'm doing some research over on the Power Wheels page on FisherPrice.com.
Yes.
And
dude, that
was
cheap. I hit 5 and up. Yeah, they're like $300. Like you might.
Guys,
those are not. And Zeke, I'm gonna tell you. You're going to want to go one that doesn't have side doors on it because they'll last you a little bit longer. Take it from me, a former toy man.
But take it from me, a parent. And those Power Wheels do not last.
Oh, I know. I used to have one.
Matt, you're not.
There you go. There's a sporty little joint for you.
No, Sorg, you don't want to do that.
No. It's got tracks on it.
There's no actual doors on that thing. You got to get the ones that look like the quads.
Oh, okay, but it doesn't work with a race car driver necessarily. So like that's.
You gotta get like the tiny.
No, it does. You can just be motocross.
The tiny Power Wheels ATV and come out like your Stone Cold, Sheriff Stone Cold come out.
Absolutely.
Now,
tiny Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Now, Stone Cold Zeke Mercer is here.
Stone Cold Zeke Mercer.
The Mercer-mobile is coming down the ramp.
He's got a horse polo mallet with him. I don't understand what's happening here. And a red scarf. What is this? See?
Another gimmick I was thrown.
Make the gimmick confusing enough, and
everyone's gonna love it.
Let people draw their own conclusions.
I had another gimmick where I was like, "Why don't you like another MMA gimmick?" I was like, "You want to be? I'm 5'4", dude. Like, no one's gonna believe that." Even though I have done martial arts and competed in martial arts before,
but
I was like, I think that's overdone.
But isn't that what like Layla Hirsch is doing now, though?
I think so.
Like she is.
Yeah, but you know what, Sorg? This point was made to us by a mutual friend recently. Unless you are like an amazingly and well-known MMA fighter, the MMA gimmick is kind of a hindrance in a way, because they're like, why are you doing an MMA gimmick? You're not an
But
I've
see,
never
that's
seen
why
you.
I like being Zeke Mercer, because I'm allowed to be like a hybrid. Because I can have that match with Stevie LaBelle and have basically New Japan. And then I can have a match with Hentai, which was a very good match. It was but those are different matches. Versus when I had one with Kincaid and when I had one with what I'm trying to think of.
Are you trying to tell me that your main style is unidentifiable?
Yes.
Okay.
I can do a little bit of everything.
The
I'm not
Zeke
gonna do too
Mercer.
much. What'd you say?
The intangible.
The intangible
Zeke
Zeke
Mercer.
Mercer.
The hybrid.
Honestly, you can have that.
The
one.
hybrid. The hybrid Zeke Mercer.
Alex Miller in the chat room.
Okay.
I don't know. Sorg, you could decide if we should read this one.
I'm not. If it's the one.
Oh,
I'm
no,
if
no,
it's the one
no,
I'm
we're not
looking at.
gonna
I'm not
read
getting
that.
into that one. No.
Well, I
Wait.
I mean,
hold on.
we could. It could work. It's been done.
Yeah,
Which
sure.
It's been done.
Which one are you looking
So-
at?
Woo!
Because
I don't
we're.
think
I
so,
mean,
bro.
I'm just seeing the comments about West Virginia, and I don't want to get into that. So
No.
I think people.
The
Basically, people
chat
are
room
worried.
is steering this back. Is steering away from
good.
that.
Oh,
So that's good. But they're steering toward.
I'm not getting a tattoo
The,
of the
the chat
chocolate
room is so good at turning left.
Yes.
Yes.
It's just a matter of time before they get back where they started.
Anyways, why not a serial killer gimmick?
Yeah.
Not believable.
UWO unidentified wrestling object.
I mean,
Hey,
easy T-shirt, Zeke. Easy T-shirt.
There you go.
I mean, you got that going for you. So
That's true.
Well, let's get into more identified wrestling. So
More identifiable.
more identifiable
More
wrestling.
undefinable wrestling object.
Slightly. Let's call it slightly.
Slightly.
That is
Oh
the name of my
man.
new wrestling promotion, guys. Identifiable wrestling.
That might be worthwhile for sure. Anyways, what are we doing? What's happening? What time? I reset my counters. I have no idea how long the show's been going. We had homework. Professor Matt, Mainstream Matt.
Wait, hold on. No, Sorg.
I
We ran into the problem before. Matt is not a professor.
adjunct professor.
No,
We're going to
no,
adjunct.
Sorg, you still need degrees for that.
Okay.
Matt's a tutor.
Yeah.
You're a tutor. Our
yeah, that's
our
tutor.
media tutor, Mainstream Matt.
That's me.
That's-
Well, I figured it was time for a timely homework assignment. So MLW is doing Battle Riot 3 on Saturday. So I thought it'd be great fun if we all sat down and watched Battle Riot 1,
Boy.
which for those of you who are not up to speed is the spiritual successor to Aztec Warfare. It's a 40-man battle royal. Entrants enter every 60 seconds. Eliminations occur via tossed over the top rope to the floor, or pinfall, or submission. So it's kind of a fun thing. Bring any weapon you want. No disqualifications, as you do. So Sorg, it's really interesting. MLW has had quite the list of names over the years, so I thought it'd be fun to try to quickly run through the names in this
Also,
match, if you'll allow me to do so.
This was on television.
Yeah, this is on TV.
Yeah.
Sorg's like, someone aired this.
Someone aired this on television. I have no idea what the network
It aired on
was.
BN Sports.
Where the hell is BN Sports?
It's it's like a soccer. They run
Okay.
soccer. It's a little
Okay.
like I can't call it a Spanish language show because I was watching it with English commentary. So obviously
Okay.
there's a negotiable area on the
All right.
language, but it's that kind of a offering.
Yeah, and I love again this. By the way, I know I've been down on like how the shows have looked, like their empty arena shows and stuff, but like this is great. this is a full-on pro show. It looks like it's in. It really feels like when Ring of Honor is in Stage AE and it's packed. From the looks of things here, like I have no idea where they're at, but I don't know.
They're somewhere in New York City.
Okay.
I didn't have a chance to check the exact venue. The date is July 19th, 2018.
Matt, they're at the
Zeke
Melrose
Mercer was
Ballroom.
only 4 years old. And
Matt, they're at the Melrose Ballroom.
the Melrose Ballroom.
Which I believe I've been there for Chikara before.
There you go. So, notable wrestling venue, the Melrose Ballroom. Yes, the date is July 19th, 2018. Your commentators are Tony Schiavone and Matt Stryker. on the call for
And
this
I
one.
love it. I
Dude,
love this team up.
All right,
loved it.
I'm gonna say this. Maybe the best 2-man commentary team I've ever heard.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna say it. Because it brings all the good that JR can bring without any of the terrible that JR brings.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Stryker is just enough on that edge where, like, he knows some of the guys. He doesn't know all the guys.
Right.
But it works. And it's, yeah.
And I love, and this happens with AEW, Tony, I feel, is the most genuine reaction to what's happening in the ring. Because other than, like, I don't think he's done a lot of commentary other than, like, these kinds of stints in MLW and then coming back to AEW. Like, I feel like everything's new to him again. Because I know for several years he exclusively was doing baseball, right?
Yeah. Right.
So he was departed from it. He is returning to it, and I think that's why he does so good now. Even, like, I mean, he got hard to listen to late years of WCW, but so did everybody.
But to be fair, late WCW got hard to watch.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was probably just drained.
everybody's soul was dead. That was left. So I mean,
So there's something to be said for stepping away for a little bit and kind of recharging, because Tony's enthusiasm is so genuine. And to compare, how Jim Ross sometimes reacts to things that happen in AEW, and will kind of like, backhand it a little bit on commentary. You've got wacky things happening during this Battle Riot match, and Tony Schiavone's like, "Well, I've never seen something like that before. What a great night! What a great time we're having." So it's his fandom is so genuine, and he has that undeniable professionalism. So it is the best of both worlds. It's like all the good of JR, all the credibility and professionalism of JR, with that extra enthusiasm that can only come with Tony Schiavone. And I'm happy that we're all getting a chance to learn to appreciate Tony all over again, because it's been a good thing. So Sorg, you want me to run through? Can I run through these names in this match?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this might take a little longer than usual, but it's interesting to ramble through these, and those who didn't do their homework might be interested to see who all showed up during their match. Okay, so entrants number 1 and number 2 are Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix. Now, I mentioned this is July 19th, 2018. I went back and checked, Mad Mike. This show aired right in the middle of season 4 of Lucha Underground. So the filming is complete. They filmed it in February of 2018, but the season aired between June and November. So the season of Lucha Underground, season 4, is airing, but Pentagon and Phoenix, and as you'll see, other people are just off wandering around trying to do their own thing. Number 3 is Brody King, who's currently surfaced in Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Hey, Matt, I think also notable, I do believe Penta and Phoenix were the tag team champions at the time of this for MLW.
They might have mentioned that.
Yes, they mentioned it.
Say that with certainty, but I wasn't 100% on that. Number 4 is Kenny Doane, Spirit Squad Kenny, in his Spirit Squad gear.
His loose-fitting Spirit Squad gear. He kept having to pull it up a lot.
Well, I mean, you got the gear. And this was clearly like the gear, and he's just, I'm still wearing this gear.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that Marty Jannetty thing where he's just like, I'm keeping this Rockers gear, and I'm going to keep wearing this Rockers gear. Number 5 is Filthy Tom Lawler, who almost immediately dispatches Brody King. Number 6 is Lance Anuai. Sorg, I think we saw him at a Global Force Wrestling show in Monroeville.
Very possible. He was really big around the PWX bit a few years ago, I know. But yeah, because I think he's involved with the Samoan school across the state from us, more or less.
So maybe that's where he's focused right now, because I checked the cage match. He hasn't wrestled since 2019. So do with that what you will. Number 7 is Ray Horace, El Dragon Azteca, and he's now in Ring of Honor. Number 8 is
I never put that together. That's what that is? That's El Dragon Azteca?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm like, he looks familiar, and like I never pieced it together, and I didn't look it up. But okay, that makes a lot
Right,
more
and I think
sense
you've
now.
only encountered him maybe on Ring of Honor, which you don't watch.
Yep.
And
So-
I mean, yeah, they don't really talk about his Lucha Underground past, which is too bad because he was great in that too. Number 8 is the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, with a golden spike, armed with a golden spike.
Is he the only one who brought a weapon?
Yeah,
He was the only person that brought a weapon.
I'm disappointed how many people didn't bring weapons to the "Hey, weapons are okay" match.
Dude, I've been coming with like a baseball bat. And just keep it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I gotta keep things.
Dude,
even
I'd
playing
have
field,
come in with a gun.
Yeah.
No.
What? No,
Just-
no, Mike, no.
I can't
It
win a
would
match.
be loaded.
No.
Pistol whipping people.
No.
Oh,
I don't know.
I
man.
get the
Man,
baseball
Mike, it just
bat,
seems
yo,
like that might be
It's
too
a
much.
Nerf gun.
Listen, man,
What
you
if
just
someone else brings bullets? I mean,
You're bringing
listen,
me, I'm having a moment.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
then,
yeah.
shaking.
then Matt,
Listen,
I'm
like
shaking.
easy alliances
Mike,
in battle royals.
you're triggering Zeke and I because we both had an experience. Okay.
I know,
So
yeah, and
I
you
don't
just said
wanna-
trigger,
Talking
so
about.
you're triggering yourself.
Oh boy.
At any rate, Kevin Sullivan hits almost everyone with the golden spike, and then Tom Lawler chokes him out. So Tom Lawler's doing great. Number 9 is Falaba, who's now in Impact. Number 10 is Hornswoggle, who does German suplexes to everyone, which in one way makes no
Woggleplex.
sense, but in another way, from a leverage standpoint, totally makes sense. So I kind of went with it. Number 11, this is a good one. Head Shrieker Samu, who appears to have been like a backstage agent who was just asked to go out there.
And also Lance Anoa'i's father.
True. I mean, obviously, there's a connection there. He does very little, but he does headbutt people because, got to do that. Number 12 is ACH, who doesn't really. I was hoping. I thought we were going to get a lot of good stuff from ACH, but he doesn't do a whole lot in this match. But number 13 is Conan, who uses the Paradise Lock at one point, which is nice. Parents, learn that move on your kids. It can incapacitate them. I do it all the time.
And he did get to do a Tequila Sunrise.
Yes, he put Tom Lawler in the Tequila Sunrise.
Yes.
Very nice of Tom Lawler to let him do that. Number 14 is Barrington Hughes. Okay? I'd never seen this man in my life. He's a large man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hughes. Yeah.
He was the resident big guy.
One of them.
He did the
One
thing
of
with
them.
Falaba.
Good thing.
And then Hornswoggle got involved. Instant battle royal comedy. His last match was in 2019. I don't think. I think he might be done. Number 15 is Jimmy Yuta, Wheeler Yuta, now in Ring of Honor New Japan, and if you're lucky, AEW Dark. Number 16 is Kodo Brazil. This was interesting. Okay, so I did figure out what his deal was because I'd never heard of this fella either. He's still active. He's wrestling under a different name. He's now wrestling as Snoop Strikes. At this time in MLW, who's part of Injustice with Myron Reed and Jordan Oliver, but he's since left there, and he's doing he's been doing OVW, FIP, stuff like that. So he's still out there.
Matt, we had a Snoop something at either the Lucha Show across the street or the first WrestleRex, I seem to recall, in one of those scramble matches.
Might have been him.
Yeah.
I mean, how many? I can't think of many other guys who are trying Snoop. So
yeah, it doesn't seem like.
But yeah, still out there. Number 17, Richard Holiday, still in MLW.
Yep.
Number 18 is Fred Yehai, representing Tom Lawler's crew, now in Ring of Honor in New Japan. Number 19 is, this is weird because they just say Jason on the Chiron.
Yeah.
And I got real excited because I thought it was the sexiest man alive, but it wasn't. It was just Jason Cade, who's still active, still has a lot of career in front of him. He's still pretty young. He worked Dark recently. He worked a match on Raw back in March. He did a job to Aleister Black on Raw. So at this point in the match, we're at number 19. There's a huge there's the huge moment where everyone decides, let's get rid of Barrington Hughes. They all gang up on him. Tom Lawler, smartest guy in the room, dumps 8 guys at once. And now it's just Tom Lawler in the ring. He has cleared the ring.
Just as word
and it's
tables
just
turn.
him. Number 20 is Teddy Hart. I'm happy to do the play-by-play on this one. This is odd. Teddy Hart comes out. Teddy Hart gets into the ring. Teddy Hart climbs to the top rope. Teddy Hart does a flippy thing onto everyone on the floor. Teddy Hart is eliminated. That's it. Teddy Hart leaves.
Yep.
Goodbye, Teddy Hart.
Get
Number
my shit and
21.
leave.
Vandal Ortegun. Okay? Okay, everyone get that name?
Mhm.
Vandal Ortegun. Quick submission. Lawler submits him very quickly. Vandal is still active, but not working very much. Apparently, you can find him now working under the name Johnny Vandal. So I don't know. Whatever. Number 22, Mikey Mondo, the other half of the Spirit Squad, the other fifth of the Spirit Squad.
The other fifth.
And he is quickly submitted by Tom Lawler, but his is actually entertaining because he has a whistle with him. And as Lawler slowly chokes him out, he keeps blowing the whistle until he's
How did they never do that gimmick with Alfonso in ECW? Like with Taz choking out Bill Alfonso.
Oh, I'm sure
it was right there.
I'm sure it's happened.
The inspiration just needed
somewhere.
the inspiration.
Yeah.
Number 23, PCO. I
Yes.
believe this is his MLW debut. This is mere months after he had his famous match against Walter in New Orleans during Mania Week. Like, he is riding that wave right now, coming off. He is as hot as he's ever been, and he shows up in MLW. Now he's in Ring of Honor. And moving on, number 24 is L.A. Smooth, whose real name is Lloyd Anoa'i, a.k.a. he also works under the name Alofa. He is over 50 years old now.
Whoa.
His last match was last year. He got pinned by PCO. I don't know why I pointed that out, but that's the thing that happened. Number 25 is Simon Gotch, Tom Lawler's buddy, Team Filthy buddy. He is still in MLW.
Team Filthy.
You might know him better as the strongman from the Vaudevillains. But, still doing it. Number 26 is Homicide.
Yep.
He is back in Ring of Honor these days. Number 27 is Davey Boy Smith Jr., who wrapped up. He wrapped things up with MLW just as they were winding down their last set of tapings. So there's been a lot of speculation about where Davey Boy Smith Jr. is going to surface. I mean, you can probably figure out where the obvious landing spots are, but he hasn't surfaced yet. Number 28 is the Blue Meanie, who gets a huge pop, but is what happens to him? Oh, he
Blue
gets
Meanie-
quickly thrown over the top rope by Homicide.
Well, Blue Meanie first tried to get Homicide to dance.
Oh, I got some update on
That's true,
Homicide
yep.
too. He just showed up at NWA Power.
Yep.
Homicide.
Oh, that's right. You're right. He
Yep.
did just show up on NWA Power. That's right. Big Forbidden Door Crazy Wall update. Homicide. Wait, Sorg, don't let me forget about Homicide for the Forbidden Door Crazy Wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta keep up.
Number
with this, man.
29, Michael Patrick. A dude, he's in the Dirty Blondes in the stud stable. He's still in MLW. Number 30, Sammy Callahan. This is where it starts to get good. The final 10 are when it gets, in my opinion, starts to get a little wacky. He's now at Impact, but as luck would have it, Sammy Callahan, he's made friends while he's in MLW. One of his friends, number 31, Sawyer Fulton. He is part of Sammy's crew. He is now in Impact, where he is not part of Sammy's crew. Number 32, Shane Strickland, Swerve, who is feuding with Sammy. So they have a nice little run-in. Obviously, Swerve is now in NXT. Number 33 is another friend of Sammy, Leon Scott. Who is Leon Scott? I've never seen this man before in my life. But good news, he's still active. He's working under the name Leon Ravage. So if you're looking for Sammy's former friend to be on your show, there's your guy. Number 34, Drago, another Lucha Underground guy. Number 35, Leo Bryan, the other half of the Dirty Blondes. He's in the stud stable. He's still in MLW. He's still active. He is only 26 years old. So at the time of this match, he was only 23. So, good for him. Seems like he's got a lot going for him. Number 36, Joey Ryan. Number 37, MJF, with the same music he has today.
And the same fucking scarf.
That scarf is legendary.
I would assume he's gotten multiple scarves.
Although I did approve of Matt Stryker calling him the Burberry Brawler.
You know where MJF is now. Anyway, the real interesting part is that Lawler dumps him like seconds after he gets into this match.
And also the two of them, I believe, fought for the middleweight championship earlier in the night to crown the first one.
Well, no, it wasn't.
no,
It wasn't
MJF
Lawler. It was MJF and someone else whose name we're not gonna say again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was the guy I just mentioned who
Yes.
who did that. Number 38, the Scourge of Lucha Underground, Jake Hager, who is apparently also aligned with the Stud Stable here in MLW. He's obviously in AEW now. Number 39, John Hennigan, because I guess that they couldn't come up with a proper Johnny pun.
How did they not just say Johnny MLW?
Johnny Major. Johnny Major.
Or MLJ.
Major League
Johnny.
Major League Johnny sounds good. Have you anybody seen Johnny Hennigan lately? I don't know what happened to him. Number 40, Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah.
Fun. I was like, wow, that's interesting.
That aged great.
I'm not gonna lie, I always confuse Jimmy Havoc and Sammy Callahan.
Really?
Always. I don't know why. In my head, because I've never seen either of them live.
That's it.
Yeah, and I've only heard of them. Like really, like I've never watched any show where they were consistently on, except for Solomon Crow for a hot second. And Lucha Underground is Jeremiah Snake.
Yeah.
From the last house on the left, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know why I retain any.
And I guess that's the difference.
All the Lucha Underground lore's right here, just in case anybody needs it.
Matt, we're just waiting to write that movie, that prequel movie.
It's gonna. We need to tie up these loose ends. Anyway, all right. So we come down the home stretch. You got like 7 guys left. Johnny Major League Wrestling rolls up Sawyer Fulton. Swerve throws Jimmy Havoc over the top rope. Sammy eliminates Swerve with a damn pile driver on the apron. Then Tom Lawler sneaks up and chokes out Sammy, and Sammy's unconscious body falls off the apron and goes to the floor. Jake Hager tosses Johnny Major League Wrestling over the top rope, and then Lawler and Hager just MMA their brains out for a while, and it ends up with Hager putting Tom Lawler in an ankle lock for what feels like about 5 minutes until Lawler finally negotiates his way over to the ropes, and he does a little flippy ankle lock reversal thing, and Jake Hager goes over the top rope, and filthy Tom Lawler does what Lucha Underground could not. He stops Jake Hager, and he is the winner of Battle Riot 1.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say, as 40-man Royal Rumble style matches go, this was a brisk and easy watch. Maybe it's because I was taking notes the whole time, but I found this very unusual, very enjoyable. I like the it's a very I don't want to say it's a cliche. I don't want to call it a very Pat Patterson-esque maneuver, but that mid-Rumble moment where they dump everybody and Lawler's alone, it kind of breaks the match into like 2 halves, and that's a very Royal Rumble kind of move. But I liked it, and you know what? It works.
It was a nice,
that was a
nice little break.
Good move tactically, booking wise, and then coming down the home stretch, like I said, those last 10 entrants, I didn't know who was coming next. They're coming down to number 40. I was like, I don't know who this is gonna be. This could be anybody, and it was Jimmy Havoc, obviously, and I was like, this is not someone I was expecting. But it was like that for a lot of this match. So I was interested to see how many of these names have moved on to other places. I'm interested to see how many of these guys I'd never heard of before, but are still somehow circulating. Near as I can tell, there are only 5 guys who are in this first Battle Riot who are still in Major League Wrestling. But you know what? In my mind, that is a feather in the cap of Major League Wrestling.
So
that they are able to recycle and reload like they can. So go ahead, guys. Let me know what you thought of this mess.
So again, I wish there were more weapons. I feel like that opportunity was not taken much. Maybe it steps up here in the next like in 2 or in 3 this year.
Nope.
No,
2 it doesn't.
You watched 2?
I watched. So I had a weird day at work, so I decided, let's watch some of 2. I watched most of it. The only I didn't get a chance to finish it. I will, but the only weapon I saw was a bull rope. with a cowbell.
Was Jock Sampson on it?
Jockey boy.
Not that I saw.
That's a shame. No, I enjoyed it too. Again, it wasn't a hard watch. They pretty much stuck to the 60 seconds from the. Did the crowd go 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, they made the buzzer sound because
This
it
was
wasn't there.
2018.
That was fun.
It was close to that. So I appreciated that. So I guess there was no actual buzzer, but they did have the giant countdown in the back of the in the background.
Titantron, yeah.
Some of these hard cam shots are fun though. Like I don't know, like they have like a bunch of cameras like up in the rafters, and some of these shots just get a little like wild up there. So I don't know. It's just
It feels
I
like
think it's
they're
the venue.
crammed into a really tiny space.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've been in the Melrose Ballroom. It's very small.
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep looking in the top, the upper ports here when they do the law shots, and it's just like you see all the production equipment just like kind of smushed up against with people and stuff.
If this is the place I'm thinking of, the Chikara show I was at was cramped so tightly that when Eddie Kingston did a cannonball into the guardrail by where I was sitting, he slammed the guardrail into my knee. So yeah, that's really why I want to go see Eddie Kingston. Get that receipt.
Oh yeah. Let me know how that goes, Mike. So
you might want
to. Ray Rose still ducking me.
We need to find you that. We need to find you that fake Eddie Kingston that we interviewed in 2009.
2009.
Yeah, we thought it was Eddie Kingston because we hadn't seen him in person before, and it was 2009. The internet wasn't that good yet. Anyways, relatively. So no, I enjoyed it. This is a good kind of like what MLW can be, kind of spot here. So I think it's a good introductory to them. So and there's a lot of stuff. Jeez, you could spend hours just on their YouTube over here.
It just to me it speaks to Court Bauer's ability to recognize talent, to pull talent from places that he can get talent from. Like so many of these Lucha Underground guys who are just kind of floating in the breeze at this point, that he drew those guys in. A lot of these guys who are not on the radar yet that he brought in. And if you see the way MLW is building their roster again now, you kind of see the same thing. You see a lot of guys, you're like, okay, I don't know much about this guy. You know, here's some Lucha guys, here's some indie guys. Here's a guy I've never heard of. Here's another guy I've never heard of. And it's that same routine. They're just rebuilding and reloading again. They're like Mad Mike, let's see if this works for you. They're like the Tampa Bay Rays of professional wrestling. You know, they got nothing backing them up, but they're just they're out thinking the competition, and they're to keep themselves alive. They just keep recycling and sustaining and moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as a Yankee fan, I don't particularly like that example because, you know, fuck the Rays. But
because the Rays
All
can
right.
do more with $50 million than the Yankees can do with $300 million.
Hey, you know,
Let's start a fight on the Wrestle Mayhem.
you know, Matt.
We're getting sports ball on this thing.
Matt, I watched this. I watched this show you kept wanting me to watch. Did it with no problem. And now you just go for me. That's not cool.
I'm just asking.
You got heat.
I got a lot of respect for the Rays, and I like MLW, so that's where we're at right now.
The heat is on, brother.
Jeez.
The heat is on.
So should we watch the second Battle Riot for next week?
I don't recommend it.
It's not good.
No,
it's not as much fun.
Sounds like Star Wars.
As I believe I mentioned either last week or a week before, Jim Cornette's on commentary for the second Battle Riot, and that's just kind of like
It sours.
While Jim Cornette is certainly a talented broadcaster, you're putting up with Jim Cornette.
There's a lot. There's a lot of baggage.
Yeah, there's a lot there
for sure.
And I like the first one just for the noteworthiness of it.
It's a gem.
We could assign the nearly hour-long Pure Wrestling Gauntlet match.
Let's not.
Hey, you know what? It was a good match. I talked about it last night, but yeah, that was a fun watch.
I kind of want to do that. I want to watch it either way, whether we assign it or not this week. But I mean, it looks like it was a fun match. I mean, and again, it'll be well after because the winner is going to get their opportunity this weekend at the pay-per-view. But generally, maybe that should just be our assignment to watch the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. So
that may be a good pay-per-view.
I think that the homework should be you either have to watch the Pure Rules Gauntlet or the Fight on the Farm. And you have to make your choice of what kind of Ring of Honor fan you want to be.
Yeah.
Choose your path.
There's some good choices on there. I did watch the Fight on the Farm. I did enjoy the Fight on the Farm. But I do enjoy.
Exactly.
The noises. The noises.
Bro, when I got in the Ring of Honor, I love the Briscoes for that one. It's just they have complete animation. They have they have when they're moving. They're like it's just like if someone created a character, legit. Everything ducked out Briscoes.
It's just like, and this farm is real. It's like the Hardy compound, right? But it feels more real than the Hardy compound. Even
the funny thing is like I love when they talk shit to each other. Like when they talk shit to other people, it's funny, it's good. But when they face each other like over the years, just look back, it's like they're really good at portraying like we really got like some beef going on because that's how they talk to each other, and it's funny. And I remember watching one episode of Ring of Honor, I think it was before the pandemic, and they were like, they were making their noise, all that stuff. And like a commentator was like, oh yeah, that's how they talk to each other. Like that's how they communicate. It's no verbal, like how we understand it. If they make a noise, they know how to do the move or maneuver or whatever. And I thought that was pretty cool. So if you put that in the mythos of the Brisco brothers, if they're doing all that in the fight, they're just talking shit to each other in a language that we don't understand. It's beautiful.
That Delaware language. That's funny. You mentioned the Hardy compound. We just passed the 5-year anniversary of the final deletion.
Wow,
dude! And truly a landmark moment in the history of modern professional wrestling. I mean, that kind of did change the game. You could tell me if you think it changed it for the better or the worse, but
I think it forced him to be more creative.
I think because the creative is really big. Whether it be the cinematic matches that we saw with WWE last year as an answer to the pandemic, or even just seeing what indie wrestling is doing. Seeing what the cinematic matches happening amongst like the indie crowd. What was the one like? Wasn't one like Malcolm Biggins versus Orange Cassidy? That was shot a bit, before AEW. That crew up in New York doing a lot of crazy stuff. The Uncanny Attractions doing some cinematic stuff. I watched the whole cinematic show on IWTV that they did. So I mean, it gives people an opportunity, especially in this pandemic side, when people were trying to figure out how do we continue doing things. Like there was a template of sorts, and nobody really not a lot of people dived into that template until this past year when they had no choice. And some really good stuff came out of that. And some really horrible stuff came out of that.
Oh, yeah. But that's how we separate the good from the bad.
That is true.
Like, everyone has to try so we can have that.
There's creativity, and then there's execution. And some people are very creative but have no idea how to execute their ideas.
Right.
I mean, that's across the board on a lot of things.
Of course.
So yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry. That's Mike. Were you about to say something?
Sorg, I have an idea for a different kind of homework assignment.
All right.
Because like we're talking about like all the pandemic stuff that we've had, and basically after next week, it's gonna be mostly done. Like most of the big companies are gonna be back to live crowds. So how about each of us come up with our 3 favorite pandemic era matches?
Because now it's an era.
Because I mean, it really is. It's defined. It's defined. Like whenever if they ever use clips from stuff during this era in WWE video packages, you're going to know exactly when that match was. You're gonna know exactly when it was.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, because like that Kevin Owens. Because we forget how good some of the early shows were too. And God bless all of them for like doing like wrestling like this for no people, like not even screens or like canned applause or anything like that. Like, it's just wild.
It definitely changed the game, didn't it? But Yeah, no, I like that. So So everybody bring your 3 favorite pandemic era matches. I've already got at least 2 of them in my head right now.
And if you're wondering if you're in the pandemic era, just check the show you're watching and see if there's anybody not in the pandemic era.
Sorry, say
Matt,
that again.
You cut out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, if you're having trouble figuring out if the match you're watching is in the pandemic era, just check the stands, and if there's anybody living people in the stands, you're not in the pandemic era.
Right.
Keep going. Keep looking.
All right. On that note, what did we learn from wrestling this week? Who wants to go first? Chat room, you get us too.
Sorg. You go ahead.
I should say I
Go
relearned
ahead.
how busy wrestling really is. Like, not to toot my horn here, before the pandemic, I was like wrestling 3 days a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like just ridiculous. In the pandemic, when we had virtually no shows, maybe some tapings here and there, yeah, it was a busy day. But when I look back on it, like, dude, I can't believe I was wrestling Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like back to back to back. And then, like, I feel like now I realize, dude, this is just like step one. If I think, oh, my Saturdays are gone, pretty much every Saturday from here to literally December are my wrestling days. What the heck was I thinking back in before the pandemic, before I had all these shows to go to and wrestle on? So yeah, I kind of relearned, like, dude, this is some busy stuff. Like, I actually, whew. And I can't imagine when, like, we're like 6 months from this, a year from now, and people probably running shows on Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because people probably just want that much wrestling. I also be learning that, dude, everyone misses wrestling. Everyone, everyone, they're willing to come out and watch a wrestling show.
Yeah.
So like,
hey, especially the wrestlers.
Yeah. We learn how much people love wrestling.
Like, yeah, I know. There's people on both sides of the barricade.
Yeah.
That did not do well without having their wrestling for an extended period, though. Alex Miller out there on the West Coast, he learned that he's loving the feud with Nick Gage and Zack Ryder. And Terry Funk, take it easy and let people help you. Terry Funk, although Tommy Dreamer, I saw a tweet from Tommy Dreamer saying he just got off the phone with Terry Funk and said that he's doing fine and he's just sitting in an assisted. What was it? It was
facility.
He was in an assisted living facility, whistling Dixie, but forgot the words, was how it was phrased. So, in the most Terry Funk way to tell you. So, there it is. There it is.
Just take it easy, Terry. That's all I ask.
Absolutely. Mad Mike, what'd you learn this week?
I learned 2 things. One I just saw because you mentioned Terry Funk. I learned that love is real, Sorg.
So did I. Wait, did you watch the Polyam Call Party too?
No, but
I learned a lot about love at that show.
I saw a clip from NXT. Index is happening, Sorg.
Oh.
Yes, Index.
Oh no. Oh.
There it is. There it is. Oh yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah. But so I saw people wishing Terry Funk best wishes and everything that he
absolutely
stays the course and everything. And then I saw the greatest Terry Funk story I've ever seen in my life.
Oh lordy.
Was it the ICP one?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, it is, Sorg.
I've heard a version I heard Mick Foley's version of that story because they did that to both of them for that tape. So go ahead and recap.
All right,
I'll let you have the floor.
So the version I heard was Terry Funk was asked about the Insane Clown Posse, and he was like, I don't know who they are. I hate them. They're my least favorite band, and they did commentary on some of my matches, and they're like a bunch of goofs and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that got back to ICP, and they contacted Terry somehow and wanted to come visit, and Terry was like, well, sure, what the hell, why not? And they apologized and said, we want to give you money for letting us for us doing the commentary on your matches, and they're like, we're just going to put it under this
because he was like you don't need to do that,
Terry was like, no, that's unnecessary, boys. You don't have to do it. And they're like, no, we insist. And they put some money under like a glass of juice or something like that before they left. And then Terry went over to check, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sure they probably left like it'd be funny if they left me like $20-$40 or something like that." And they left him $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then Terry Funk said, "ICP is my favorite band. I own all their albums. Haven't listened to any of them yet, but I own them. They're here somewhere."
And I think Mick Foley's first book, he talks about ICP because it's a very similar situation, I believe. I read this book 20 years ago, so, but it's something like, or maybe Vian J had it in his book. Yeah, it was similar. Like they met him, they met him and like gave him money for the match and everything. It's just, I mean, those two were the biggest figures on that Stranglemania, right? Yeah. And they've since booked. I know years later I saw the Mushroom Boys, the Ponderosa Boys, or the the Headhunters. Yes, I think that's what they're called anywhere else. I saw them on JCW gathering shows, so obviously there was a good relationship there. But Mix was funny because he's like, oh, okay, these are good guys, and da 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 da, and then he put their album in the car, and then just listened to it for like 10 seconds and never listened to it again because he just couldn't. He's just like, this is not for me. Love it. But no, good stuff. And I think that was around.
Oh yeah, and part of the Terry Funk story was he said, "Oh yeah, they're my favorite band, and if I have another retirement match, I want them to be a part of it."
Yeah. So, and this is from Terry's book, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So because it was a picture of the book that was being shared, I saw. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
but I learned that you can solve a lot in wrestling with family.
Family,
Sorg.
I don't need wrestling, Sorg. I got family.
That's right.
I don't need a hot tag. I got family.
I learned how.
I don't need a hot tag.
I don't need a distraction roll up. I've got family.
Yes,
dude. I don't need a run in. I got family.
I don't need a foreign object. I got family.
I don't need a heel authoritarian general manager figure. I got family. I got family.
I don't need a valid finishing move. I've got family.
Dude, I don't need what's it called? A table, a floating table. I got family.
I don't need merch. I got family.
I don't need a ring name. I got family.
I don't need a ring. I got family.
I don't need to know how to lock up. I have family.
Oh no,
dude! Someone's gonna splice that together. Make me look so bad.
Oh, that's what I'm taking notes to do right now. Actually,
Sorg, when you post this show, you don't need notes. You've got family.
Please put that for the show.
Yeah,
the show doesn't need
you
notes.
got family.
That's
Just do that for. This episode doesn't need notes. We've got family.
That's what I'm going to write when I'm trying to write the notes at 2 a.m.
Dude,
here.
no. What you need? What's that surgery Jan was referencing? That whatever.
What?
That process.
The labia.
Yeah,
thing?
you don't need notes. You don't need notes. You have family, and
you don't need labiaplasty.
And labiaplasty.
Yes, that's the name of the show.
The hell?
Hashtag Zeke Squad.
Hashtag Zeke.
I don't know what Alex is talking about.
I don't know what's happening.
We are riding the show, Sorg.
I don't know.
You don't need producers.
Alex Miller has a brother. Does he look like you, Alex? No. Okay.
We don't need chat rooms. We've got family.
Ponderland needs learn that Ziggy on Enjoy is something I need more of. I learned that Ziggy versus Effie was great. I learned how big Calyx is in person.
Big.
He's big. He's big. Yes.
Big.
So.
You don't need size when you've got family.
There it is. There it is. Mainstream Matt, what'd you learn?
Thanks. I was just about to butt in. Mad Mike learned that love is real this week. This week I learned that dreams can come true.
Okay.
Spoilers for AEW Dark ahead.
Uh-oh.
Fuego del Sol won his first match in AEW.
Holy shit!
Tonight.
Yo, it's happening.
He hit the tornado DDT. He did the deal, and he pinned some loser, and he won a match.
Alabama's favorite luchador.
Alabama's third most famous luchador. Finally won a match in AEW.
Bro.
He did the deal.
Bro.
What a perfect, fitting way to end the residency at Daly's Place.
Yes.
Fuego goes over.
Dude,
I love
Fuego
it.
doesn't need a spot on the rankings. He's got family.
Fuego doesn't need a win. He's got family.
They will hit the road and they'll be like, yeah, we got Fuego. That crowd's gonna freaking explode. They turn DDT into an ultimate finish. Everyone kicks out of that. You know it's gonna be mad as hell.
I love it.
Fuego versus Orange Cassidy, book it. Firefest Day 2.
That's right. That's right. Do it. He gets a dynamite spot now. He got to win.
Bro, everyone will lose their freaking minds.
Matt, did you send that
I
graphic
gotta get
out?
Zeke and my son together to book some matches.
Dude. It'll be a great show.
Mason Mercer Mania.
Mason Mercer.
Mason Mercer Mania. That sounds good.
Guys, that's all. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, wait, how old is your son?
11.
11, perfect. I'm 21.
He's the one that interviewed Katie last week.
Perfect. I'm 21. We literally a 10-year difference.
Yeah.
You don't need ages when you've got family.
All right, guys, that is great. We're going to have Indie Mayhem show this Friday. Sam Beal from Impact Wrestling is going to be a part of that. I will be in the Michigan area this weekend. I mean, if anybody wants to hang out, I guess. Yeah. But I will be. I think I'm going to end up going to International Big Time Wrestling.
Nice.
When last time they had it was Pizza Sunday. It was a free show. Why? It's always a free show with these guys. But they beat out the $5 matinee show that has Soul Taker for me. But they got a couple Impact. Matt, this show has Sam Beal and Impact's Rahit Raju on it.
Ooh.
I think he replaces Jake something that was on earlier posters, but I'll see him in West Virginia. But anyways.
Man, Jake something's awesome.
He is. No, between Warrior and Conquest, I've seen him in person several times, and he's ridiculous. No,
I'm expecting big things. Come on, Jake something. Let's go.
I think I first saw him actually in the Michigan area, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Jake something.
Like, what is Jake something? And of course, now he's everywhere. So
I said Jake something.
So there you go. Zeke Mercer, you're Zeke Mercer.
I'm Zeke Mercer
on all the social medias.
All the social medias. On what? Instagram is what? D_Zeke_Mercer. Twitter is just Zeke_Mercer, and then Facebook is Zeke Mercer. Please don't try to put Zeke the Mercer. I have many family members try to put that in, and I don't know where the came from. I don't know. Southern people are crazy.
Just type in Zeke Mercer and go to the account that has that dapper new Serious Zeke Mercer promo pic.
Serious Zeke.
Hashtag Serious Zeke.
Hashtag Serious.
That's the I don't know what that is.
That's the scowl, baby.
That is the scowl. That is the
scowl.
That is the
You don't need to smile when you've got family.
No. That is
apparently you don't.
I mean, you look like you're in the Walter faction.
You also kind of look like you were getting your school picture taken, but they didn't have the background that you.
Dude, they didn't bring my stool, bro. Got mad. Got mad as hell.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
They didn't have the background that you wanted. You wanted the one that's like little wavy lines and it's like blue and teal and purple.
I know exactly what you were talking about too. That's the crazy thing. I know exactly what background you're talking about.
Oh boy. Well,
I'm very relatable, Zeke.
Either way, this picture's a mood, and I'm still trying to figure out what that mood is. Is this the look when you tell them your booking fee? Is that what's happening?
Basically.
Okay, gotcha. There you go. Say, hey, I'm Eclipse champion, tag team champion, baby. As seen on the Wrestling Mayhem show.
As seen on the Wrestling Mayhem show.
That'll pop your fee up. I'm sure. Thanks, Zeke. You'll be at God. Where are you gonna be?
I'll be at Eclipse Wrestling.
Eclipse Wrestling.
Literally this Saturday.
Oh, that's this Saturday. Yeah,
dude. We return back to building 2 in Altoona.
Man, I can't wait to have a not booked weekend with Eclipse. So I don't know. See you guys in February again, I guess.
Dude. Dude, it's been a year since we had any fans in that
That's
building.
true.
And
that's
I love that building. That's the time when you first saw me wrestle in that building.
Hey,
and you saw me die.
Yeah. That was the chop and the hanging death that he did, right?
The first coffin.
Watch my phrasing, but like he hung in the air before he fell.
Yeah,
and
my arm got caught in the rope because I just AJ Alexander's chops just shut you down. Like Control Alt Delete, blue screen, all of it. It hits you, you just reset. I don't know how VJ survived it, but I don't know, man.
Jeez. A lot of fun stuff. And of course, we'll be back next Monday with the Monday Mayhem Warriors. Just shortly after Raw goes off the air, we will be on all of our social media streaming platforms. Mad Mike 4883 on the tweets.
You don't need my Twitter handle.
You've got family. And Mainstream Matt of Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. Please subscribe to it. All your news in 5 minutes or less a day.
You'd be doing me a great favor if you would listen to my podcast.
Dude, I listen
and
to it
rate,
every
review,
day.
subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
I do it all the time. I'm subscribed.
Thanks, Zeke.
You're perfect because I don't want to listen to watch Wrestle Talk all the time. I'm like,
That's
perfect.
fine.
I got Matt.
I like
This-
blogging a full week of the podcast and then blasting through it on Friday morning.
Yeah, great for binge watching.
Mhm.
And Zeke, more wrestlers need to be listening to it. We can
Honestly,
save them a
yeah.
lot of time and frustration.
Dude, the catch up is perfect. There's
Mhm.
something
Mhm.
like I literally listen to it on the way to work sometimes.
All the wrestlers don't want to sit and watch like the wrestling, the regular TV wrestling, because they're too busy doing their own thing.
Yeah,
It's
got
perfect. They're
things
like,
to do.
oh, what are they doing over here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Just to figure out what's going on. That's all we're here to do.
There he is.
Keep you up to date.
Thank you, everybody, who's been joining us in the chat room. I saw Alex, Dave, Tina, and so many more out there across the nation. Thank you so much for checking out again. Please support us on the Patreon, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. I'm at Sorgatron on Twitter. You can follow my adventures there. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.